In the New World, concepts like parents and relatives don't exist. All fetuses are born anonymously, labeled with class rankings while still at the cellular stage. Staff inject lower second-class markers into them, determining the child's identity as lower second class after birth. People can detect others' class levels through their glasses. There's a clear distinction between lower and upper classes. Monogamy has been abolished for centuries. Upper-class individuals can select different partners at any time. Another feature of the New World, people are only allowed to be happy. Whenever someone feels bad, they must immediately take pills to restore their mood to normal. Among the upper class, there's a popular activity, touring the savage lands beyond the barrier. Upper-class Jack invited Annie to see the outside world. They would tour the savage lands under a guide's supervision. Research shows that savages still maintain monogamy to this day. They live together in family units. Annie greeted these savages to show respect. The next scene could be considered the highlight. A savage mother walked around with her pregnant belly. In a few months, the baby would struggle to be born from inside her body. This was simply incredible. No one knew how she could endure such pain. An upper-class child demanded Annie give up her seat. Second-class citizens were naturally meant to serve the upper class. As she stood to move, Jack stopped her and snatched the boy's badge away. In the savage lands, there was no signal. They could only distinguish identities through badges. This terrified the boy. The badge's function was crucial. Only after Annie's persuasion did Jack return the badge, but he warned the boy to tone it down. This wasn't the New World. The others were frightened by this action and quickly guarded their identity badges. With no choice, Jack hurriedly took out pills he carried and distributed them to every passenger in the vehicle. This would make them forget this little incident. The vehicle finally arrived. The guide excitedly informed everyone they had arrived just in time for the savages' important holiday, Black Friday. Now there would be a good show. The tourists left the vehicle, holding popcorn as they sat behind glass to watch the spectacle. The savages were ready. With a whistle, everyone rushed into the mall simultaneously to shop. To entertain the upper class, today's goods were especially cheap. The savages swarmed in. The scene stunned the upper-class observers. The mall was as terrifying as a battlefield. The next stop was a savage wedding ceremony. As for why they held such rituals, the reasons were lost to time. But this custom had created competition for mates, sometimes even sparking wars when severe. Such behavior was unimaginable to people from the New World. Some stayed in the vehicle to visit the next stop, the prison, where supposedly some people were locked in dark houses and couldn't leave. Annie chose to get off at the wedding stop. Many people were waiting for the wedding to begin. She removed her shoes and walked barefoot on the ground, feeling the peculiar sensation from nature. Looking down, she suddenly discovered a dead animal. A nearby savage protmaster noticed this foreign girl. Annie had never seen such an animal corpse before. Even the ants crawling onto her hand excited her. The protmaster quietly watched the girl, feeling she was somehow different from previous strangers who had come here. Jack reminded her it was time to go to the audience seats. She put the small bird back in place and looked up to see the protmaster, giving him a greeting. But he didn't plan to respond, as something important was about to happen.